Hi, my name is Sjatar. I want to showcase the build I've been playing for quite a while now in PoE2. I've successfully reached level 96 in hardcore and will maybe go for more. But I'm quite content with reaching top 500 on ladder. It's a Gemling Magma barrier. I've not seen anyone do a hardcore spin on this ability yet. I think it's a good choice for hardcore, but not because it requires block. Mechanically, the skill is very bad and causes you to get into ripped situations. It's good because the skill requires almost no damage investment. All the damage comes from level, gems, mechanics, and incidentally from how we get tanky. As always with my builds, everything is tightly connected and it's hard to unravel everything in a neat way, so bear with me. Magma Barrier is a skill that gets about 30 to 34% more damage per level. Because it is a melee skill, you can scale the level a lot. We get plus 7 from two-hander, plus 3 from amulet, plus 3 from Prism of Belief, plus 2 from gloves, plus 1 from corruption, plus 1 from a support, and plus 1 from Gemling, giving us a level 38 gem. It is possible to get a level 40 Magma Barrier with Crown of the Victor and Fire Flower. This could be worth it in a softcore setting, but in hardcore I'd rather have less gear pressure and the life that comes with rare pieces. I'm pretty sure that level 40 is the soft cap of gem levels similar to PoE1, but I'm also pretty sure I did not miss any extra levels, so it's not possible to get level 41 anyways. Having this many levels usually comes with a gigantic mana cost, but because Magma Barrier is a spirit gem, there is no extra cost, we just get the benefits. Magma Barrier has a tiny AoE by default. It is possible to get the AoE much bigger, as there is quite a lot of modifiers for melee skills. I do not do this. Instead, we use a pair of boots called Trampling Toes. These give an explode and kill effect. It deals a percentage of the overkill damage. That is the remaining damage after a hit killed the enemy. If an enemy has 100 life and we deal 200 damage, that is 100 damage in overkill. We scale the pure hit of Magma Barrier as much as we can. This results in a huge amount of overkill damage, to the point where the overkill explosion can itself overkill 3 to 4 times in a chain. These boots also enable mechanical single target scaler as well, as we can spawn and overkill frost walls. This gives a shotgun mechanic and is quite efficient and easy to do. As we are a Gemling and take the double attribute node, we path through, in my opinion, an overlooked node called adaptive capability. This allows us to satisfy any gem attribute requirement with our highest attribute. In this case, it's strength, as we want to use a 200 mace for plus 7 levels. Normally, if we get 636 strength for the highest mace base with Giant's Blood, we cannot use int gems. But because of this node, we cannot have a high level Blasphemy with a high level Enfeeble. Blasphemy curses are RS, and as such a very efficient and good way to scale defense is to stack a lot of R effect, to get the Enfeeble to reduce enemy damage by about 50%. As a side note, this reduces damage before we take it, meaning it's efficient with armor. Sapphire Jewels is the only base with R effect, and sadly, they don't have many more useful mods. I did not do this due to very limited hardcore trade market, but it is possible to get an adorned and have corrupted magical jewels for even more R effect. I settled with getting at least 9% R effect and wanted to do extra helpful mods like Curse AoE, Elemental Damage, Strength or Rest Corrupted enchants. All in all, with the 41% less effect of Blasphemy, we still reach 104% increased effect on Enfeeble, giving us 55% less damage on normal and magic monsters, as well as 34% less damage on rares and uniques. The curse text lies. It says that the higher damage reduction is applied to rares as well, but it's not, and I've made a bug report about it. We do get a good amount of generic curse effect as well, so we curse with a flammability curse. But as I recently discovered, the overkill damage from Trampling Toes is actually physical damage. It does not care about the elemental that did the overkill, so only a part of the damage is scaled by flammability. Some side notes. Gemling gives us a bunch of gem quality, which reduces reservation of Blasphemy. If you get a 22 or 23 quality Blasphemy, you will only need 29 extra spirit to run Magma Barrier, Scavenge Plating, and the Blasphemy. This enables some gearing options like corrupting your helmet to get the spirit, instead of getting it on the amulet or chest pieces. This can lower gear pressure as the helmet is quite generic otherwise. If you use a Crown of the Victor, this might be the easiest way to get the spirit you need. As Gemling. As Gemling gives us extra levels, we can get Enfeeble up to level 22 with the Corruption. This gives us an extra percentage of less damage. As Enfeeble makes armor way more efficient, we got some call from Gemling. Scavenge plating is really good, giving us 80% more armor if we manage to break an enemy's armor. With the extra level, quality, and a level 21 armor breaker, we can break almost all bosses' armor in one hit. There seems to be some bosses that are extra armored and requires 2 hits. If we socket frost walls with exploit weakness, we can make sure that we can keep all stacks up all the time. Sadly, this doesn't make Xesht any easier because they don't care and just overwhelm all my efforts to make armor good. Please, remove overwhelm. I also have a secondary setup with Wulfsbane shield. This shield permanently intimidates enemies you block. They take 10% increased damage and deal 10% less damage. There is no visual effect or icon that's on the enemy, so I think it works. I don't want to go into the problems with the build too much, but I will list some things. There's a huge inconsistency in what you can and cannot block. This is very frustrating and requires a level of memorization of enemy attack. I do not recommend leveling as Magma Barrier. I did it. Normal Dorino took an hour. Cruel took 10 minutes. We had quite a lot more damage then. Some bosses are unblockable or unfeasible to fight. Some of these bosses are in maps. River hacks. Big downside right there. The stagger meter. You might have missed this exist at all, because it only exists if you active block. It goes up from any hit that hits you when you're active blocking, not just the hits that you block. Makes no sense. You need to keep an eye on it, or it will kill you. A lot of damage is locked behind getting a Prism of Belief, which only drops from one of the pinnacle bosses. I must be in favor with some god somewhere for one to come on the market in hardcore. If you are in softcore though, I don't think you have to pray to higher powers to get it though. Knowing myself, I must have missed some details. I've recreated the gems, gear, and tree in the POB in the description if you want to take a look. I will leave you all with my second Xesht Fight. I believe I had picked up the Prism of Belief at this point, and it was relatively smooth given it was my second time. I stream every day at 8 PM GMT, and yes, I will be playing the upcoming PoE1 event. I'm doing a Daughter of Oshabi life strength pillar stacker, and will hopefully be looking at 15k life in the end. Enjoy the stream clip, and bye. Okay, we have a lot more armor by base, we have more life. A lot more damage. This is an 81 though. Meow. Some more enemies around now. There's no like damage mods here, so these guys don't matter too much. The big guy I worry about. Let's see how much damage we have now. Maybe we can just like 2-shot him or something. We don't have to worry too much. The thing that worries me though is that this guy has Overwhelm. Yeah, I'm sorry. We gotta chill out here. Okay. Alright, so we block him with a small shield first. Then we go back to the big shield. We armor break him first, and then we block with this one, and we quickly intimidate him, and then we don't have to care about that. Then we do that, and boom. And then we do that, and boom. And then we do that, and boom. But it's a fast game. We have to log. Want to get out? We have to log, not do this, and just pause. If that doesn't work.
We that dream.
Just try to fish him out from, like, he just stood against the wall that last time.
That
It kind of sucks.
fate belies truth. The red fire blooms. Pandemonium.
Oh,
Hear the grain winds. We split the thread of reality's coiling lies. Fate belies truth. The red fire blooms. We call, we command. The fury of the hive. We tire.
oh my god. I don't think that the big hands, again, they just... Our damage reduction just doesn't work against it. That's the terrible part of it. Because he has Overwhelm on it, and then they deal a lot of damage anyways. Why does it have Overwhelm? Who knows?